call the meeting to order, and we'll announce we have an executive session at 6:30. We'll start with the flag salute.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a roll call, please.
Mrs. Elder. Mr. Hauser.
Here.
Mr. Lazar.
Here.
Mrs. Mays. Here. Mr. Moeller. Mr. Music.
Here.
Mr. Palmer.
Here.
Dr. Zorch. Dr. Loughlin.
Here. We'll start with hearing of visitors, part 1, where anybody in the audience can come to the podium and state your name and your address. If you have any questions or speak on anything that's on tonight's agenda. There will be a second part after the meeting where visitors can speak as well on something that's not on the agenda. And I will move for the adoption of resolution number 201, approval of minutes. Moved and seconded. Any questions? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. So let's do the report, Mr. Nichols.
No report.
I have no legislative report, education statement. Thank you very much. I'll turn the first item over to Dr. Kemp.
Good evening. I'm very excited for this presentation where we will be recognizing our school librarians for their hard work and efforts that they put forth for the Greater Latrobe School District to receive a digital citizenship certification through Common Sense Media. And I know you're sitting here probably thinking, okay, what's Common Sense Media? When you get a chance, Google it. It's a wonderful site. And it is a San Francisco-based nonprofit organization that provides education and advocacy to families to promote safe technology and media for our children. Common Sense Media is dedicated to helping kids thrive in a world of technology and media. Their mission is to empower parents, teachers, and policymakers by providing unbiased information, trusting advice, and innovative tools to help them harness the power of media and technology as a positive force in all kids' lives. The district was approached approximately 2 years ago by a representative in education outreach from Common Sense Media, and the individual asked Greater Latrobe if we wanted to participate in an initiative where there were grant monies available through the R.K. Mellon Foundation. And actually, the R.K. Mellon Foundation had asked for Greater Latrobe School District to be involved along with Ligonier Valley School District. And the purpose of this initiative was to provide professional development opportunities for our librarians, or better known now as media specialists, as you will see, as well as teachers in business, and also any teacher throughout the district and counselors to help them deal with the technology and media and providing opportunities for our citizens, or for our children to become better digital citizens. So with that being said, we started professional development over 2 years ago. And we had Common Sense Media, Jennifer Ehall, come out and actually deliver the professional development on various topics, including curriculum, and our business teachers were present, as I stated, as well as our librarians. And the curriculum is a K-12 digital citizenship curriculum, and it assists our students in how to make safe, smart, and ethical decisions in the digital world. The librarians then work collaboratively with all of our teachers to determine what lessons in this curriculum would be most suitable for particular courses, grade levels, and learning abilities, while making certain that we did not duplicate content in those areas. In addition to the lessons, the librarians were charged with additional requirements for the school district in their school buildings to to become certified in the digital citizenship, which included parent outreach, online professional networking, and the creation of ed-web professional learning communities. So you can see they've been quite busy these past couple of years. They also had to create a vision statement pertaining to digital literacy and complete an extensive application. I'd like to say that we are the first school district in the county to receive this certification. At this time, I would like Ms. Griebel and Kim Griebel and Lil Graber to come forward. They are our teacher leaders in our libraries, and I would like them to introduce the other librarians, and maybe they can share just a word or two about how this initiative has unfolded and the various things that they have implemented. And if there are any questions, feel free to ask. But I would like to congratulate all of them for their hard work and effort.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Riebel. I probably have to lower this. Okay. I'm Kimberly Riebel. I'm the teacher leader as well as Lillian Graver. I'm the librarian at the senior high school, and media specialist at the senior high school.
And I'm at Bagley on school.
And we also have with us Denise Cottom from Mountain View Elementary, Dana Myers from junior high, and Diana Lambert from LES. And everyone has worked really hard to accomplish this. And as Dr. Seifert said, not only were we the first in Westmoreland County, we were only the third in Pennsylvania and the 13th in the country to accomplish this. So we're very happy about that. But I'm sure my coworkers and I would all agree that the most beneficial aspect is talking to students about things that are important to their lives and that probably is not something they get typically in other classes. Well, it's not. And things like online safety and digital literacy and censorship and copyright and online privacy. And they might be hearing bits and pieces in different places, but I think it was important that we have a structured format for addressing these topics systematically. So I think it's been very valuable.
Any questions?
Yeah. I have a question. At Adams Library, we have a resource librarian who often is asked about the value of a site, about the value of information that's found on the site. Someone will Google a topic and they'll get all kinds of information, and when they start to read it, some of it is outrageous, some of it is reasonable, some of it is totally off the wall. And they come to the resource librarian and say, what is all this stuff? How would you address that question if it came from a student?
We talk about using different sites and rating them as far as quality. That's always going to be an issue, but it's something that we do yearly from kindergarten through 12th grade, talking about copyright. Who's the author and the illustrator at the younger grades. All of that, just to impress upon them. And I've used examples, just musicians that have taken songs and used their music, and they've been taken to court and they've been sued and they've lost. So that's helpful that those things are occurring so that the children can see the importance of all of that.
And even today, the 11th graders, I was reinforcing what we talked about through basically a 5-week research interview in 10th grade. And we talked about the 4 areas that we use to evaluate sources that I impress upon them. And there are many that you could use, but I always tell them authority, we talk about expertise, accuracy, we talk about where they get their information, purpose, and whether they're trying to inform you, persuade you, as well as courtesy. Those are sort of our 4 areas, our mantra that we try to follow. So a lot of people think that nowadays libraries are outdated, and I would argue that there's more for me as a teacher to teach students in 2016 than there probably was for librarians to teach in 1966. I'm teaching a wealth of different areas, so.
I think it has to be said that sort of part of the library does play in our district and in our community. I want to thank you for it.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
last week, kids were third players. I think they were utilizing, they're in STEM and they were building these little computers and they were kind of little kids running around the floor. Getting really used to that, and they said how helpful the library was and what they were doing in their STEM classes. I was pretty impressed with that, because their vocabulary is very well, and very good. You know, they know what they're talking about, they study what they're talking about, they understand what they're talking about. I was pretty pleased. I know you played a big part in all that.
Technology is such a big part of their lives.
Yep. You do it all.
We prepared them for college too. I have a number of students who said how much research they do in college and how they take the resources that we give them and use them in college. And that's so important to me. And I think that as time goes on, there's going to continue to be a balance between print and digital, but also very much digital literacy and awareness of quality research. And I think that's both very, very important.
Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you.
I would just like to close. If you do get an opportunity to access the Common Sense Media site, there's a wonderful section for parents where you can type in any movie, video game, and it will tell you the appropriateness of the content, what age level it would be appropriate for. And it has the strengths of the content, and it connects it with different life opportunities and learning. So, you might want to look at that. Thank you.
Thank you all very much. I will move for adoption resolution number 202 to approve the Cancer Physical and Occupational Therapy LLC contract for the 2016-2017 school year. So moved. Second. Been moved and seconded. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes unanimously. And just a bit of information, our next curriculum committee meeting date will be Tuesday, May 17th at 5:30 p.m. here in the CSD. Thanks very much. Thank you, Mrs. Baines. Mrs. Miller? Thank you.
I would like to combine resolution number 203 and number 204, the monthly reports and the payment of bills, and move that their adoption.
Second. Been moved and seconded. Any comments? All those in favor of the adoption of resolution 203 and 204, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes unanimously.
And I move for adoption of resolution number 205 to award the managed print services contract, and we did talk about this at last week's meeting.
Second. It's been moved and seconded. Any questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes unanimously.
And finally, I'll move for adoption of resolution number 206 to approve the Eastern Regional Consortium lease of fiber optic network contract.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any comments?
I'd like to comment on, I'd like to thank Mr. Watson for the work he did on both of those two resolutions. First, to bring prices down, and the second, to make the resolutions work.
All right. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes unanimously.
And the next finance meeting will be on the first Wednesday in May, May 4th, at 10 a.m. at the admin building.
Thank you, Mrs. Elder. Facilities, Operations, and Planning, Mr. Hauser.
I'd like to move for resolution, adopt resolution number 207, and that's for awarding bids for general school supplies, data processing, audio, visual, science, athletic, golf, sports, and electrical facilities.
Second. It's been moved and seconded. Any comments? All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? That passes unanimously.
Also, I'd like to move for adoption of resolution number 208, which will approve the purchase and installation of security cameras at Acton Elementary School and Montfield campus.
Second. It's been moved and seconded. Any questions? those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that passes unanimously.
And our next facility meeting will be May 5th, 3:30 p.m.
And the student activities, we're going to begin with a parking fee presentation by Mr. Lucasio and Mrs. Student Council.
Thank you, Dr. Martha. As the board may recall, earlier this school year, we had a number of students from the senior high school approach the board asking the school board to reconsider the fee that is charged for students to park here in the high school. Based on that request from students, I then set up a number of meetings with the student council. I chose to meet with student council because they are the students' representatives. And so I met with them. The initial meeting was designed for me to give them the historical background as to how did all of this come about. Going back to when we had activity buses and then when we eliminated those. The next step then was allowing students involved in athletics or extracurricular activities to be the only students who are allowed to drive, but our students who have jobs were saying, hey, we need to be able to drive as well. And so we went to the board, and the board gave us permission to expand that to the current system that we have in place. So after I presented that to the students, I explained to them that there is both a revenue generating component of this as well as a logistics, that is that our parking lot is limited, and so we just can't open it up to everybody because we can't satisfy all those requests then. After going over all of that with them, I then asked them to go and talk to their peers and to get some feedback from the student body so that we can have a larger input. We then had a second meeting. These meetings were all before school, so they had to come in early. We then had a second meeting where the student council then presented to me what their proposal would be if they were presented to the board. I shared that with Mrs. Swigert, and now they're here this evening to share their thoughts with you. Charlie?
Just like Mr. Ocasio said, first I would like to recognize two things. We do recognize that the district pays for busing, whether we use it or not, and that driving to school is a privilege. We'd also like to recognize again that we know there is limited parking for students to use. That being said, unfortunately, kids do have many other expenses in this day to take care of, not just their parking pass. If they ride the bus home, they can't go straight to work. They can't go to get back from sports, their parents have to pick them up. And the impact of these things is less time to be with family, less time to sleep, and most importantly, less time for homework. And for kids making minimum wage, it does take a long time to make $100.
Save the best for last here, I guess. Along with what Charlie was saying, for students involved in sports and extracurricular activities, such as band, chorus, musical clubs, etc., if they cannot afford to drive to practice, and practices right after school, their parents do have to come back to the school and pick them up. And as many of you are parents, you know your busy schedules do not always allow for that. It's not always a convenient task. Also, the principals have always worked with students that have had financial problems. Principals will continue to work with the students who have financial hardships with dealing with this issue. And finally, the student council is requesting that the Board of Education consider lowering the parking fee to $80 a year instead of the $100 that it is currently. We thank you on behalf of the student body for your time and consideration on this topic.
Board members have any questions? We need data. How many parking passes were sold on the years that they were offered, and we will count on the business office for that, and hopefully the finance committee can talk about this and report back to the board next month. I'm sure that will be able,
And this would be a resolution then, that we want to make an agenda.
very much for coming. I move for the adoption of Resolution 209 to approve the overnight out-of-state boys basketball team trip. Second. Moved and seconded. Any questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that passes unanimously. Community relations, we have under that the next, since Dr. Lynch isn't here yet, the next Latrobe, Greater Latrobe School District Parks and Rec Committee meeting will be Thursday, April 21st at the Latrobe Community Center. Westmoreland Intermediate Unit, please, on.
Thank you. I will move for adoption of resolution number 210 to award the award of multi-purpose paper bid through the WIU consortium.
Been moved and seconded. Any questions? Then we need a roll call.
Mrs. Elder?
Yes.
Mr. Hauser?
Yes.
Dr. Lockland?
Yes.
Mr. Dyser?
Yes.
Mr. Mueller? Mr. Music?
Yes.
Mr. Palmer?
Yes.
Dr. George? Mrs. Mays?
Yes. And that passes unanimously.
And the next WIU committee meeting will be a week from today, Tuesday, April 26th, 7:30 p.m. in the WIU boardroom.
Thank you, Mrs. Bain. CTC, do I have Rand Payne, Mr. Music?
Thank you. I move for the adoption of resolution number 211 to approve the CTC 2016-2017 operating budget.
Second.
So moved and seconded. Any comments or questions? We also need a roll call vote for that.
Mrs. Elder?
Yes.
Mr. Hauser?
Yes.
Dr. Lockland?
Yes.
Mr. Dyser?
Yes.
Mr. Mueller? Mr. Music?
Yes.
Mr. Palmer?
Yes.
Dr. George? Mrs. Mays?
Yes. And that passes unanimously.
And our next meeting will be on Wednesday, April 27th at 7 p.m. at the PWCTC.
Mr. Music, Board Policy, Mrs. Elder.
Thank you. I'll move for adoption resolution number 212 to approve a list of board policies. These are second reading, so these policies will be adopted if this resolution is passed.
Second. So moved and seconded. Any comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Mrs. Elder, Technology, Mr. Palmer?
Dr. Lockland, can I ask you just a quick question? Back on, it's okay with you. Back on the other one where we were buying the paper, what do you recall it was last year?
Yeah, actually I have that. What I can tell you, it's $22.43 per carton is what we're awarding at this year for the 8.5 by 11. That was a little over a $2 decrease from what we were paying last year. So last year we were paying a little over $24 for the cost of paper was going down. It also went down for the Pella paper and also the 8.5 by 14. Those each went down by $1 per carton.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Lockland. I will move the board to vote on resolution number 213 to approve the renewal of the memorandum of understanding with CCL Technology. And
Second. Moved and seconded. Any questions? All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? That passes unanimously.
I would also ask the board to move on resolution number 214 to approve the school minute software agreement.
Second. Moved and seconded. Any comments? All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? And that passes unanimously.
Our next meeting will be May 10th at 6 p.m. at the CSC. Thank you, Dr. Lockland.
Thank you, Mr. Palmer. The superintendent's recommendation.
I'd ask the board to move on resolution number 215, which is the approval of the resignations listed.
So moved.
So moved and seconded. Any questions? All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? That passes unanimously.
And I'd ask the board to move on resolution number 216, which is the approval of professional personnel substitute teachers as listed.
So moved. So moved and seconded. Any questions? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? That passes unanimously.
And I'd ask the board to move on resolution number 217, which is the approval of the support personnel appointments classified listed.
So moved. Second. Been moved and seconded. Any comments? All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? That passes unanimously.
And I'd ask the board to move on resolution number 218, which is the approval of support personnel appointment as Patrick Townsend as weight training assistant supervisor retroactive to March 1st.
So moved.
Been moved and seconded twice. Any questions? All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? And that passes unanimously.
And last, I'd ask the board to move on resolution number 219, which is the approval of the sabbatical leave requested by Barbara Clinshaw, kindergarten teacher at Mountain View Elementary School.
So moved.
Been moved and seconded. Any comments? All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? And that passes unanimously.
And under other business, just some announcements. The Breakfast of Champions is this Thursday, April 21st, in the high school dining room. The art show, the junior and senior high school art show, will be in the CFC Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, April 26th through 28th, and the evening reception is actually Thursday, April 28th at 6 o'clock here. The jazz concert, the junior senior high school jazz concert, is Thursday, May 5th at 7 p.m. in our high school auditorium. The prom is May 13th, and the grand march is beginning a little bit earlier this year. It's at 4 p.m. in the senior high school auditorium. The senior high school choral ensemble concerts will be Thursday, May 19th at 7, as well as moving towards the end of May, the spring sports recognition night will be Wednesday, May 25th at 7 p.m. here in our auditorium. Our board meeting dates in May are the second and third Tuesday, May 10th and May 17th here at the CSC at 7:30. Thank you.
Hearing visitors part 2. This is where anybody can comment or question on things that aren't necessarily on tonight's agenda. To do so, you come to the podium, state your name and your address.
Hello, my name is Michelle Butler. Rhonda, I'm sorry, did you say name and address? I didn't hear you.
Yes.
Okay. 1043 Valley View Drive in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. I'm here this evening in multiple roles. I am a parent of 4 children who attend school, grades 3 through 11 in this district. I am a teacher at the high school, 10 through 12. I teach business education courses. I am a track assistant coach for the girls team. I am an advisor of the Ushers Club and the Yearbook. I am a booster treasurer for the boys basketball organization. So I serve as many different roles here at the district. And I wanted to speak tonight, not only as a teacher in the district. I feel I'm involved in my classroom with my students and very involved with the students of the Greater Latrobe School District outside of the district at sporting events. Different programs that go on with our student body. In all of my roles here in the district, I have dealt with school board members, multiple administrators, at every grade level, every building, and the athletic department here at Greater Latrobe School District. I am in full support of our school board and the decisions that were made. I'm in full support of our administration, and I'm in full support of our athletic department. I feel that the vision of the Latrobe School District in the direction that we are heading, not only with the sporting complex that is out back, that I get to see every day outside my classroom. I see the gym classes utilizing the field. I see the gym classes utilizing the fitness equipment that's literally right outside my classroom. It's being benefited when the weather permits all year long. It's benefited by our athletic teams, and being the mother of 4 boys that are sports oriented, I cannot speak enough about the direction that we've gone with this and the direction I feel as a coach
that's in the best interest of our student body, not only in school and physical education classes, teaching them a healthy lifestyle, but also in the direction of our athletics, which is something that needed to be done here at Greater Latrobe School District. I have been in multiple stadiums. We have state-of-the-art facilities out back. I bring my parents here. They did nothing but take pictures and send them out to people because of what great facilities we have. So I commend everybody that was involved with the decision-making on that. In addition to that, the new school that is being built, again, nothing but in the best interest of our students here at Greater Latrobe. I feel as a district, we put our students first, we put our athletes first, the development of students academically and the development of athletes. And I just am grateful that my children are part of this district. I am grateful for the school board, the administration, and the athletic department. And I will tell you, in the different roles that I have, I am in daily contact with Mr. Mears as our athletic director and Mrs. Kolar as our secretary. And I am telling you, some of the best people around professionally. They're willing to do whatever they can athletically, academically. I deal with them with a 60,000 plus account in yearbook and have never been disappointed. Mark goes to bat for us with whatever we need. He is willing to step up and make it happen. So I am here tonight to speak in full support of the vision of the Greater Latrobe School District, the direction that we have already come and are continuing to go with full support. And I just want it to be said that word in the community and letters to the editor and social media slamming of our district is sickening to me in every role that I stand in. So I am here tonight to speak on behalf of a lot of people who feel the same way that I do as a parent, as a teacher, as a coach, as a booster member, and as an advisor of clubs. So thank you to all of you. Thank you to Mr. Mears and Mrs. Kolar for your never-ending support.
I'd also like to speak a word here tonight. My name is Tad Harbert. My address is 1607 Woodlawn Drive in Latrobe. And I second everything that Michelle just said. Our whole entire wrestling family is here tonight in support of the vision of Greater Latrobe School District and of course our athletic department, Mr. Mears and Marty Kolar for all the hard work they do. I'm also a classroom assistant in the autistic classroom here at the senior high, and he also does an amazing job for the students in our classroom in transportation and arrangements. We have representatives from our junior Olympic program, our coach at the junior high school, and I represent the senior high. People just don't know how much work that Mark and Marty, they do. Whether it's transportation, arranging hotels, moving mats, setting up, tournaments. It's just so much work. Nobody actually realizes it. But I had a chance to be behind the scenes a little bit, working as the spring sports coordinator for the past 3 years, and it's tons of work. And this man really does it all, and his secretary, Marty, does a fantastic job. But once again, I'm here just to show my support for the school district. We love Latrobe, and we love what our athletic department does for everybody. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Pete Kuga, I'm 1051 Valley View Drive. I am the varsity head lacrosse coach of Greater Latrobe School District. And I too want to second and third all the comments that have been made on behalf of the athletic department. I'm very grateful for the athletic department, as some of you may or may not be aware. But the athletic department really stepped up and helped push the lacrosse program to become an official varsity sport. Up until now, it has simply been club sport. We are now a varsity sport. We're a thriving program. And I can't thank enough Mark Mears, Marty Kolar, for their support in helping us become the growing program that we are. And I simply just wanted to offer my 2 cents and convey the same support that everyone else has. Thank you.
My name is Cody Dominic. I'm 140 Garfield Road, Latrobe, and I'm here tonight with Mrs. Butler, Coach Oliver, everybody I agree. I don't get into all the social media, letters together, BS, and all that. I was asked to be here tonight to voice my opinion on the athletic department, and it's talk lots around here. I'm the head football coach at the Unity Township Cowboys, one of the major football programs around here. Major football was he to be here. Well, Mark, you do a lot for us, whether it's scheduling the field, giving me a field to practice when we can't have ours or something, whether it's, hey, I need Saturday night meeting instead of Sunday, whatever it is. Mark really goes above and beyond what he needs to do for us, and it's very appreciated. As for the whole athletic complex here, that it's a beautiful complex. Throughout my career as a player, I was blessed to play on quite a few fields, Heinz Field being one of them. And I'd rather play on that field down there. I mean, not just from standing here talking to you guys, but that's a beautiful complex. And without Mark and hard work, the rest of the athletic department, and without you guys, that won't be possible for our kids to have the opportunity to play. With that being said, Mark, thank you for everything on behalf of you.
Young's on Latrobe. I've been involved with Latrobe hockey for about 20 years, and our hockey club started in 1981. It's over $100,000 to run the program. Costs are going up and up, and we have tremendous support from the community, from the school board, and from Mark Mears and Margie. And it's a lot of work. Our sport is almost the school year. We start in August. Our tryouts are in July, we start in August, we just end in March. And we have 4 state titles, which we're very proud of. This school was a huge support. Anytime I call Mark or his staff, they are the first hand to help me, whether it be with a student, scheduling buses, anything. They're there for us. I have no complaints, I only have praise and thanks.
Good evening. My name is Todd Simpson. I live at 732 Lemur Street in Latrobe. Much like Michelle, I wear many hats and have many interactions with the athletic department, and Mark and Margie are always on top of any issue that needs to be dealt with, in whether it's with the Letterman's Club or cross-country, track, or anything else. And I'm very appreciative of their support for all of the programs that I'm involved with. I have 3 children, 2 of which are through with Latrobe and I'm out the door, one of which is still involved quite heavily in a variety of activities, and the support that they all have received, in particular through the activities portion of the school district, because they're all very involved in a lot of different things, is greatly appreciated. As a coach, I can ask Mark for anything. I won't always get everything, but I'm going to ask, and he's going to do what he can to help me out. Margie will give me anything. So usually I start with her, but they're a terrific team. They have a number of folks, Ed included, who chip in at a variety of times and throughout the year, and they are a tremendous asset to our district. I also, my children are all members of the band, and band just took off for Disney this evening. And took with them most of their officers. And as a band parent, I was asked to also read this brief statement. Maybe not too brief, but I'm going to read quick. I've been asked to speak on behalf of the Greater Latrobe Band Parents Association, who would like to express appreciation publicly to Mr. Mears and his staff for the efforts made in recent years to recognize and support the Greater Latrobe Marching Band. Mr. Mears has faithfully and enthusiastically acknowledged the marching band as a vital component of the Greater Latrobe football season, fostering unity and respect among the band, the football team, and the cheerleaders. Here are a few examples. While the parents of football players and cheerleaders have historically received complimentary tickets to attend football games, it was not until Mr. Mears became athletic director that parents of marching band members were given the same courtesy. Our parents and students are extremely thankful and appreciative of this sense of equity and generosity. Under Mr. Mears' leadership, the senior night celebrations of football players, cheerleaders, and marching band members have combined, allowing all participants to be recognized in the same ceremony. This departure from the traditional separate senior nights has encouraged a stronger partnership among all organizations involved. It is in the not too distant past that the marching band sat in the stands at football games on the visitor side of the field, and while there may have been practical reasons for this at the time, it nonetheless separated the band from many of the other Wildcat fans. Under Mr. Mears, the marching band section was relocated to the home side of the stands, where they are now able to interact with the fans, the cheerleaders, and it results in increasing team spirit and fellowship. Lastly, Mr. Mears approached our organization last summer and invited us to man the concession stand at the Banana Split Festival for a portion of the profits. This was the first time the band had been asked to do anything of this kind, and we were not the only organization that was offered this opportunity. While some athletic events charge admission and run concessions, not all do, and it follows that some athletic programs have more revenue than others. Mr. Mears viewed this event as an opportunity to, quote, spread the wealth, unquote. Revenues gained from the Banana Split Festival were shared among booster groups who were willing to work and lacked similar opportunities during their regular season, and this was much appreciated. In summary, we are impressed with and thankful for Mr. Mears' vision. He has shown support for our organization in numerous ways. He seeks to benefit all organizations, big and small, and he encourages partnerships and cooperative effort among booster programs. In our experience, Mr. Mears has facilitated a sense of community and school spirit. We are proud to be part of it, and we are grateful for his leadership and for the support of his staff, Margie and others. Sincerely, Greater Latrobe Band Parents Association Executive Board, Doug Hull, President. Thank you.
I live at 128 Easy Street, Latrobe. I am here also to Mark and I have history that dates back to a long time. I also, in a previous life, was the president for many years of the Greater Latrobe Midget Football Association, and I have to say that at nauseam I would call him, change his schedule, do whatever, and Mark was very accommodating. This is Colar as well. I thank you beyond words for that. I have moved on to Bulletin now on the high school football booster level, and I'm here with several officers also to support Mr. Mears for everything he has done for us. We have worked together, bringing band, cheerleaders. We've already talked this year about bringing us all together again for senior night to recognize us all. We are all part of Latrobe. And we've already had meetings this year on when we're going to meet to talk about the COA. And Mark has asked football to help with the Banana Split Festival. Football usually gets a little bit of money from Steeler Night. He had asked us to step in and help the band amongst some of the organizations that work the concession stand for the Banana Split Festival. We helped them get set up because nobody knows that concession stand better than I right now, I think. But we have already started the community effort to work on the Banana Split Festival again this year, the concert downtown. We've already started planning meetings in my book. July is filled with meetings with him and Mrs. Kolar for getting ready for Taylor Night because that benefits all of the trip. That just doesn't benefit the kids in the school. That's a community event. So, thank you for 30 years of friendship. But on behalf of midget football, I thank you for everything you've done for us. And on behalf of the high school football team, thank you.
mother of a student athlete, I'm a volunteer, and I'm also a booster for the lacrosse team. However, I'm here to represent my father-in-law, who's Louis Hart, who is a teacher who retired from the Greater Latrobe School District. He was also a football coach. And on a personal note, Mr. Mears and Margie have worked tirelessly over the length of my high school career and relocation back to Latrobe from North Carolina. I'm an alumni, and Mark has done a fantastic job to work with the alumni to coordinate events in their favor. Specifically this year, my father-in-law was honored. He couldn't be here this evening, but he wanted to show his support as well as the 1982 football team with whom United from all over the country coordinated team schedule changes, flight arrangements, handicap accessibility was on the track, and pizza for everybody, not to mention staying hours and hours after the game ended with Coach Murphy to make sure that the football players who graduated from the Latrobe High School were taken care of. So on behalf of my family, thank you very much.
Well, I would like to say, on behalf of the board, it's great to see such community support and people who come out when they have something they want to say and explain to us. We appreciate the information. Some of it I didn't know because Mark isn't always big on tooting his own horn. He likes to talk a lot, but not always about doing things. And, about people participating, asking different groups to participate in the sessions to get a share that normally wouldn't. It's very thoughtful. Doing the alumni organization, and getting the band parent tickets. And I was impressed with the senior night line and everything. I thought that was a great idea, and to stem from the athletic department and the much direction. I think it's important for us to recognize our administration, and particularly tonight. Obviously, I agree with the board to do how we move forward, but to recognize and honor the fact we do have great staff and a wonderful community that supports us. There can't be enough to be said about that. It is always for the students first, and the fact that we have such good representation up here on the staff and board members, and such great representation out there for parents and the community. So I'm just very thankful you all came tonight to represent what your thoughts were, and thank you to the athletic department as well as the rest of the board.
While we're talking about living in the community, I'd like to take this opportunity to call the board members' attention and also members of the public to the invitation that we received this evening to the 27th annual spring reception at Adams Memorial Library, which is going to be held on Friday evening of Memorial Day weekend, which is the 27th. And tonight I received a question from a member of the board asking about the honoree at this year's event. And I'd like to say, for all of your information, that Victor McCoy was a young man who unfortunately died in a motor vehicle accident a few years ago. But Victor McCoy was also a young man whose grandmother took him to the library constantly all through his young life, and it was a very important trip to him, and he appreciated it. And after his death, his family and friends decided to have a golf outing in his memory, and they had two beneficiaries of the golf outing, Action for Animals and Adams Memorial Library. And the money from the golf outing that has come to Adams has been donated to the Children's Department for books and programs in the Children's Department at Adams. And there will be another board meeting before this event, but I wanted to speak about it tonight because the Westmoreland County Day of Giving is May 3rd. And I don't know whether you all know about the Day of Giving, but there's a whole list of nonprofits who, if you give to them with a credit card on the Day of Giving, they receive a little bit more from the pool of money that is put into the Day of Giving, and that's on May 3rd. So there won't be another board meeting before that. So I'd like to urge you all to take a look at your invitations, the audience to be aware that this is an opportunity. If you want to make your donation to the library and be counted as part of the Day of Giving, that's part of our invitation. And for anyone who hasn't gotten an invitation, they're available at Adams Memorial Library in Latrobe. Thank you for the time.
Now I'd like to move for the adoption of resolution 220 to adjourn. We move to second, all in favor, please say aye.